pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Almighty God, we ask you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding, so that in fulfilling their public trust, every deliberation will result in actions that will promote the common good and general welfare for all the people of Morris Plains. Amen. Notice to members of the governing body and borough staff, any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purpose of borough business. I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight. It's good to see everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I know everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day, maybe not today, but I'd like to congratulate Jack Aaron on being the Grand Marshal. I have his pin for the parade that's coming Saturday, so congratulations to him. Approval of minutes, Ms. Bird.
For the approval of the conference executive and regular minutes from February 1st, 2024.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? The ayes have it.
I move for the approval of minutes from conference executive and regular session February 15th, 2024.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Joan. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? The ayes have it. Approval of the consent agenda.
We have the grant writer report February 2024 and municipal court February 2024. Resolution 2024-55 entitled Resolution Authorizing the Morris Plains Police Department to participate in the Defense Logistics Agency's Law Enforcement Support Office 1033 program to enable the Morris Plains Police Department to request and acquire excess Department of Defense equipment. Resolution 2024-56 entitled Resolution of Support for Rectangular Rapid Flashing Beacons, RRFBs. Resolution 2024-57 entitled Transfer of Funds. Resolution 2024-58 entitled Resolution Establishing Lien Block 67 Lot 7.01. Resolution 2024-59 entitled Resolution Approving the Issuance of a Soil Disturbance Permit. Resolution 2024-60 entitled Award of Contract 2024A, Architectural Services and Concept Plans for renovations to the municipal building and police headquarters. Resolution 2024-61 entitled Authorizing Disposal of Surplus Property. Having received quotes for bleacher upgrades for Community Park from the following: Park Warehouse, $8,278.94, Gopher, $10,394.02, Ben Schaffer Recreation, $9,624.71. A purchase order be issued to Park Warehouse, 7495 West Atlantic Avenue, Suite 200-294, Delray Beach, Florida, in the amount of $8,278.94. Having polled the council on February 22nd, 2024, Stephanie Osborne, 38 Washington Ave, Morris Plains, was hired as substitute crossing guard at a daily rate of $89.30, effective February 15th, 2024. Having polled the council on February 22nd, 2024, Lauren Koch, 39 Sun Valley Way, Morris Plains, was hired as substitute crossing guard at a daily rate of $89.30, effective February 15th, 2024. The Recreation Department be authorized to advertise for the position of summer counselor for the summer teen camp program. The Veterans of Foreign Wars, Montnog Post 3401, be granted permission to conduct the annual Field of Flags display at the corner of Tabor Road and Littleton Road from Thursday, May 23rd through Thursday, June 6th, 2024. The Borough Council approved the membership application of Andrew Lake, 5 Cross Road, Morris Plains, as a member of the Morris Plains Fire Department. The Borough Clerk published the proper notice of date change for the regularly scheduled budget workshop from March 22nd, 2024 to March 19th, 2024. And this here information? Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Borough Council are hereby authorized to employ the services of an outside third-party company to perform a personnel investigation.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dennis. Roll call, please.
Ms. Virgo.
Yes.
Mr. Cortez.
Yes.
Ms. Goddard.
Yes.
Ms. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Thank you.
And at At this time, I'd like to invite any members of the public who'd like to come up and speak and give us your compliments, sure. Right up front and state your name and your address.
Thank you.
Frank.
Frank Morosco, 17 Franklin Place. I just wanted to come and speak to all of you tonight because I have concerns about the former T-shirt factory building. And I'm urging you to do whatever it takes to acquire that property, whether you condemn it, whether you purchase it, but that whole property is in sad shape. The building is terrible, that stockade fence is about to fall down, and last year there were a lot of weeds growing there in the parking lot, so I think you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone if you acquire that property and tear that building down and beautify the parking lot. You could put shrubs there or burn whatever to improve that, because you'll not only improve something for the town, you'll protect the neighborhoods on Franklin Place and Jakeway Avenue, even Mayfair and Glenbrook. I'm really concerned that the wrong kind of business might go in that building. Up till this point, I've only heard that there's been a pub or breweries and things like that. And it's one thing if you had a business that was open, let's say 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, at regular business hours, and then they closed. But if you have liquor there and you have a restaurant or a pub, you're going to have people going in and there, till late at night. There's going to be noise. There's going to be traffic. Some people might be inebriated. I know because I've been living over there since 1987, and before you renovated the other parking lot behind Tony's there in Arthur's, we would get a lot of people from the bars that would park in front of our house and make noise and carry on. So, and then if you do that, then you're going to make moot the issue of what's going to go in that building if you buy the property and tear it down. So I think you're solving 2 problems. I think the Board of Adjustment let us down when they allowed those lots to be rezoned by not requiring that owner, who I guess he owns the pharmacy as well. So it was one thing to reconfigure the lots from, I guess they were east-west, and the 2 buildings were on the same, the pharmacy and that building were on the same lot. Then they allowed them to go north-south, so the 2 buildings are on separate lots. But as a condition of that rezoning, they should have made them tear all that stuff down, but they didn't do that. So
Were you at those meetings?
I was at one of the meetings, not all of them.
Did you make that suggestion?
I did not.
Okay. Just check it for the record.
Okay.
That's all. So, okay.
It's hard to know about some of these things. I mean, I got notice of when there was some activity at the Board of Adjustment when they were going to do the rezoning, but I don't remember ever getting any notice of the applications. Apparently, the Collins Pub people wanted to go in there.
I think that application was pulled before it even came there.
Okay.
So that's probably
Okay.
why, so.
But I'm just appealing to all of you because you're the last line of defense. I think if you do this, then you take the planning board off the hook, and they don't have to worry about whether they have to approve something that goes in there, because if an application is made and it meets the criteria, I don't know that they can prevent it. And so I think it's really important, and I hope you would consider that and take that in with the other things you're talking about, because I think it's really important. Morris Plains is a nice town, and if you do something with that parking lot area and beautify that, you'll preserve that going forward. Thank you.
Point well taken, thank you. Did you have anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you very
No
much.
problem, thank you. Anybody else? Seeing nobody, I close the public portion. Reports of committees and/or department heads. Finance, Mr. Wagner.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a quick update from the clerk's office. They have been busy mailing out 6-month and annual parking notices, continuing their work on Oprahs and food truck vendor licenses, animal licenses, and marriage licenses. They ran the running of the quarterly safety meeting with department heads. heads on February 22nd. And recently, Anna, our CFO, and Roseanne met with Colonial Life Insurance representatives who would like to set up meetings with employees who are interested in supplemental health and life insurance. So keeping busy there. We took part in our first budget workshop on Friday, March 1st. So all our departments submit their budgets. Finance also submits what we spend on bond principal, note principal, interest, whatever money we spend is discussed amongst ourselves. And we're broke. No. We are in
Don't spread those rumors,
Good
those
spot.
that go
Good
like
spot.
wildfire.
we're in a good spot. But we look, each committee looks at what budgets were submitted from their departments, and we have good, honest discussions about where we want to make some changes. Good open discussion will continue within committee, and it will continue to our next budget workshop, which is changed to Tuesday, March 19th. A little better, some better topics of revenue, fund balance, and capital projects. So, but this is a process, and we are looking. We leave no stone unturned. I think we really put the taxpayers. We consider all our residents, young and old, as we deliberate, and we will continue to discuss all the way through, I believe, the budget passing and being presented in early May, I believe. So we've got to work it out for us, but we all enjoy it. April. End of April. And that's it.
Okay, very good. Public safety, Mr. Cortez.
I have a short report, Mayor.
That's okay.
Can you hear
We
me?
wanna
Roseanne?
we wanna go home and watch the State of the Union.
There you go, 9 o'clock. All right, at first, my committee met with the fire chief and went over the budget. As we know, March for the public, that's our first meeting we have in March for the budget. And it does look good for Marsh Plains. I just want to reiterate what Dennis said. For the, can't read my own handwriting over here. At our last meeting with the committee for the expansion of the Borough Hall, we approved the hiring of an architectural firm, and I want to thank the council and the mayor and everyone for approving the resolution 2024-60, so we can start making our police chief happy. He's very, very tight where he is. And that's about all I have, Mayor. I can also read our report if you need me to.
I think Joan has
Or
that.
Joan has it, but yeah. Thank you, Joe.
Chief.
Good evening. February, very busy month for us. 55 foot patrols at the train station. Seems to be tamping down some of the problems that we've had early morning there. 2 times in the morning we checked that facility. 51 medical assistance response calls prior to EMS arrival. 26 motor vehicle crashes with injuries. 3 motor vehicle crashes with injury. Unfortunately, one of those was a fatal crash on Littleton Road in early February. 514 motor vehicle stops. 903 proactive patrols of property checks, residential neighborhoods, commercial properties, things of that like. Just want to touch on Resolution 2024-55. We received a question last time we approved it, something we do annually. It's acquiring excess Department of Defense equipment. We don't intend on obtaining tanks or mortars or anything of that nature. It's it is vehicles and other equipment that the police department can use, flashlights, flares, things of that nature that the Department of Defense has surplus of that we can get through a website at no charge as long as we pick it up wherever it is in the country. Resolution 2024-56 is a resolution supported by the Traffic Committee and the Police Department. Looking to increase pedestrian safety on Speedwell Avenue, maybe one other location throughout the borough. we have to have the DOT resolution of support first. Looking to replace the pedestrian crossing flags on Spiegel Avenue by Rosedale and Hillview with flashing beacons that would be activated by the pedestrian when they're about to cross the street. We know that the flags work in some places, but it's only visible to the first car maybe in line. We'll get those a little bit more visible to vehicles traveling north and south so that they don't pass those stopped vehicles on the right, which we've seen fairly frequently. Our deer call ended that the police department also supports and runs basically in early February. Total of 16 total deer, 10 doe, 6 male, various locations throughout the borough. Unless there's any questions, comments, or concerns, that concludes my report.
Can you get us a howitzer for the parade? Do that surplus?
You might be able to.
There you go.
Helicopter, I don't know. We had some bad experiences with helicopters.
No, just a howitzer.
Mayor, I just have one thing. Our fire chief couldn't come tonight, that was my next note. He has back spasm, but he's just letting us know that he's home and he is applying for a FEMA grant for the fire department. He will be at our next meeting.
Super. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Sal. Public Works, Art's report.
Yeah, I can jump in for Art while he's out. So just a few things with the DPW. You probably hear the trucks going around. They're already starting to collect brush. They completed 3 rounds, cleaned all parks of sticks and brush. They're working on the improved drainage on Field 2. I mentioned that in the last meeting, that there was a lot of work that needed to be done because of all the water that comes off the hill. So they're doing a really great job on that. And the Little League is going to also be helping by providing some of the clay that we need to kind of get that field back in order for opening day. So a lot of good collaborative work going on there. They started improvements on the teen center. We have a working list that they were given from Buildings and Grounds. That includes a power wash, painting the entire building, looking at some of the windows, and there was some rotting on the windowsills, so fixing that. So doing a lot of work there, getting that ready, because we are going to be hosting the summer camp, the teen center camp there this summer. For a few years during COVID, it was all over at Community Park, but they're going to be bringing it back for the teen center in the summer. So switching gears over to Buildings and Grounds, so just some updates on recreation. We're going to be scheduling a walkthrough of the town pool to assess the restrooms, ladders, lifeguard stands, the drainage, all those things that are out there all winter that might need some sprucing up for opening day. Simon's Park Field is going to be power seeded by the soccer club and roped off for no use for several months. So that's going to be good, getting that field back in order. The Easter Bunny is coming to Mars Plains. The bunny will arrive by fire truck on Saturday, March 23rd. The rain date is the 24th. They'll be at Borough School at noon, Mountain Way at 12:30, and the Community Center at 1 o'clock. And the nice thing is that there'll be Easter egg hunts at each location. Applications for summer rec employment will be accepted through April 22nd, and that is for camp counselors and lifeguards. I also wanted to give an update on downtown Morris Plains. I'm the liaison for that group. They have their Q1 priorities are recruiting volunteers, fundraising, the bike parking design contest, I'll have more info on that, and building the business directory. So just a little on the bike park design contest. We announced back in December that they won a grant, which was really wonderful news from Mars Arts, and they'll be launching that contest this year. The grant will help fund the contest and the installation of the bike parking. And it's an exciting project that blends the arts and accessibility to our downtown. It's a great, nice win for downtown Morris Plains. And the fundraising, they're meeting prospective corporate partners as a way to secure funding and buy-in. There's a new volunteer application that will be live. I think it actually is live now on their website and social media this month. They're looking to expand their board and committees. And the business directory, they're collecting information from businesses in order to celebrate milestones and promote them in the most effective way. And in addition, they're going to have a spring event. There'll be more details to come on that. That is it for me.
Public Health, Sanitation, and Sewers, Nancy.
The Board of Health is meeting next Wednesday. I'm sure they will be discussing the new CDC change in guidance for preventing the spread of COVID and other respiratory viruses. So that will come up, and I'm sure we'll have more to report. Municipal Alliance met on Monday, March 4th, and they are discussing a new event, possibly in May 18th. It's going to be Family Fitness Morning for all ages. They've already secured jazzercise for Morris Plains, a martial arts instructor, archery, and they're trying to get Pure Barre. So that's going to be 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and, as I said, all ages, so lots of things for people to try out there. They also are sponsoring Mental Health First Aid, which is a great program if you are familiar with the CPR program that's offered through the Red Cross. It's similar, but it's for mental health crises, and anyone can learn how to intervene in these crises, which could save a life. It's going to be at Morristown High School Learning Center, free, on April 24th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Don't miss Stage Fun performance tomorrow night. Finding Nemo. I think that's grades 3 through 7.
Yes, I think so.
3 through 7. And they will be Finding Nemo, March 8th at 7 p.m.
They're very
Borough
excited.
School. Yeah.
They're very excited.
We're also looking at renewing a bit of the partnership that existed between the Alliance and the Teen Center, because there are some funding synergies that could happen there if we can include some brief parent education at the 5th grade parent orientation, and show that some of the Teen Center programs build teamwork, confidence, and resilience. Then we can use some of the Alliance grant funds for Teen Center activities. So we're looking forward to researching that a little bit more. Earth Week is April 21st to 27th. We definitely will have clean communities groups out doing cleanups during that time, and we're working on some other education and promotions to highlight earth-friendly activities going on during the week, including a walk or bike to school day with the Morris Plains Police Department. Teen Center had a 6th grade house on Friday, February 23rd, which is a great time. DPW is helping, in addition to what Joan said, they're going to take some of the old upholstered furniture and get rid of it, and they're going to look to have more space in there because some of those pieces are large and the rooms are quite small. So they're looking for a refresh there, and we'll be probably going on the free site for some supplies and games and sports equipment to get ready for the summer. We're also getting ready for the 5th grade parent orientation. We're working on a new code of conduct, as I mentioned at the earlier session, to help ensure some positive behaviors there across all the staff, volunteers, and participants. They also have fun activities coming up for Teen Center, including a skate night at Menon Arena. Our energy plan grant was submitted, and so part of that was to continue this green team that helped work on the grant. So we met on last night, Wednesday, March 6th, on Zoom due to the storm. And we just started discussing what this group should look like, what kind of mission, and they came up with something like the Morris Plains Green Team is an advisory board with a mission to promote and support a sustainable future for the Morris Plains community through research, education, and action. So more details there, and probably we'll be discussing other volunteers that might be appropriate for that group. Nope, that's it for me. I'm gonna stop there.
Ordinances and Public Utilities, Kathy.
Oh, that came up fast.
Good.
May I comment on Chief Rongo? On the patch online, it talked about all the fire departments that were getting grants, and I didn't see Morris Plains listed. But I was happy to get that email from him. I know he's not feeling well, and I'm sorry for that, but it's nice to see that he's applying for a FEMA grant, so I just wanted to say that.
He applied last year.
Well, we didn't get one this year, so
No.
I'm glad he's doing it again.
Yeah, you gotta do
That's
it every
perfect,
year.
okay. Regarding what I really need to report on was the fact that there was a revision of the stormwater control ordinance, and the draft of that ordinance was sent to Mike DiGiolio, who was a senior planner at the Morris County Office of Planning and Preservation. And he did find one paragraph and a link that really was in the draft, but was just a reference for whoever was writing the ordinance. So that was taken out, and he sent it back, and it's fine, and I believe it will be, we will vote on it next, or I will read it at our next meeting. But in the meantime, I want to thank Leon Hall, who's not here tonight, and Roseanne Denman for helping me with that report, because corrections had to be made. even what I sent to Roseanne, so I appreciate the help with that. And we have it, and we're ready to go.
Super. Thank you very much. We have no petitions of communications or presentation of communications or petitions. We do have an introduction of an ordinance. Kathy?
Yes, I got it. I'm so bad at that. Councilmember Kelly introduced the following ordinance and read the same by title and move that it be passed on first reading. Ordinance 2-2024, calendar year 2024. Ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank, NJSA, 40A, capital A, colon, 4-45.14.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Sal, roll call please.
Ms. Virgo,
Yes.
Mr. Cortez,
Yes.
Ms. Goddard,
Yes.
Ms. Kelly,
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Thank you.
I, Councilmember Kelly, offer the following resolution. Whereas the above ordinance was introduced and read by title at this meeting on March 7th, 2024, and passed on the first reading. Now therefore it be resolved that a meeting to be held on March 21st, 2024, at 8:30 p.m. prevailing time at the municipal building in the said borough, this council will further consider for second reading and final passage the said ordinance. And be it further resolved that the clerk of this borough be and she is hereby directed to publish and mail the proper notice therefore, including the ordinance, post the ordinance on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and to make copies available to members of the general public.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Nancy, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? The ayes have it. This just establishes, we can exceed the cap if necessary on a budget only if there's an emergency. So that's just regular housekeeping that we do every year for that. We have no ordinances on second reading, no resolutions, no unfinished business, no new business. We do have vouchers. Mr. Wagner.
Checklist, March 7th, 2024, for a total of $2,451,651.39.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Kathy. Roll call, please.
Ms. Virgo,
Yes.
Mr. Cortez,
Yes.
Ms. Goddard,
Yes.
Ms. Kelly,
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have no need for another executive session, but before I do adjourn, I'd just like to say happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Thank you for coming out and enjoy the rest of your week and have a good weekend. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a
Second by
second?
Sal.
Sal, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much.